make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shelf around the nation. Let's start shooting the shelf.
Good morning, everybody. It's time for Shooting the Shelf right here on the Just Shelve channel, episode 208. It means I've had more conversations with you, Curtis, than I probably have with most of my family members over the past 4 years.
But you're almost up to as many episodes of Shooting the Shelf in the whatever this is. Like you're getting close.
Those are only 3 minutes.
Still.
Yeah, I'm at what, 240 next one I do. Or 140 rather.
Nice.
Hey, we've got a show tonight. We've got a guest. We do. And I was looking at my Instagram this week and I realized we had our guest on almost the same weekend last year. So
nice.
If he agrees to it, this might become like our yearly thing, early August.
Well, he is the man when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con. Like if you're following his Instagram, you can pretty much get all the news that you need from San Diego. He's like a superstar. He's like what Robert Downey Jr. used to be. It's now this man that we're going to bring on. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was futzing with my effects over here and I was in the wrong section. Why don't we say hello to our chat and then bring our guest on?
Let's do that. We've got Freak out there. Welcome, Freak. Which, by the way, most people say Freaks, but it's actually Freak because his name on here is he's talking about his figures. It's Freak's Figures, which would be an apostrophe S, but he's just Freak. And the figures are his. So,
yes.
There you go. Let's see. We've also got Blake, aka Recon Rage. I'm going to see him in a little bit on Toy Hammer After Dark with our guest that'll be here as well. So, yeah, we got Mark, aka Crom 316 here. Faisal, the Mythic Woodsman, is in the chat. We've got JMax77 here, as well as I Am. Everything else is silent.
Hello, including H. Hello.
Dave Workin here. The Amir, Michael Casper. Jesse, you're here too. Let's see. I just wanted to let
not type that.
Everyone know that I love Curtis completely. I would say no homo, but in reality, there might be a little. Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
That's not a thing I would say. I mean, the part in quotations is not a thing I would say.
Oh, okay. Because you do feel that for me. Anyway, I'm here as well. Omar is here. We've got High Ass Twizzler in the chat. Jesse Marshall.
I've said that before.
Yeah, for sure. We got Jen, aka Lucky Sprinkles.
For sure. Oof. Ouch.
What am I not supposed to say for sure? Am I not supposed to know that you love me?
I mean, you might as well just give me a thumbs up in a text message.
Hey, Jesse, ditto.
That's a little better.
All right. There, yeah. Gave you the ghost. Brian Lynn is here. He says he's here to see DJ Curtis with his headphones that he loves so much. Waka waka waka. So anybody doesn't know, StreamYard's having a weird, stupid glitch right now where sometimes if you're not wearing headphones, you'll get this really crazy echo. IEC PGG last night, which was almost impossible to watch. So therefore, I got these guys on. So
you know what that sounds like?
Okay. William Husted is here. We've got James Studio Mudio. Darla Ackerman is here. She's right over there. We've got Stacy Linlin in the chat. Ice is here, which is my son Ty. Got Jeremy Govier. By the way, it was Ty's birthday yesterday. Turned 20.
Happy birthday, Ty.
Yeah. Dub 3 is in the house. We've got Calero Benson. We've also got V-Dog. There it is. I threw you off right before the V-Dog. Ryan Colwell is here. Blake says he loves my headphones. I hate them. But, you know, it is what it is.
It's like a hug for your head.
Yeah. What I hate is that I get like this. Okay, I tried to explain this the other night, and people like didn't understand what I was saying. Blake did, but other people didn't. Like, you ever try to like talk underwater or like plug your ears and talk, and you get like that reverberation in your head where you can hear your own voice?
One earbud.
Yeah, that's what I get with this, and it sucks. So
pull one of them back.
Let me try that. Hey, that worked. Of course, this looks really dumb. As dumb as headset looked, one looks even dumber. So I'm gonna have to go. Maybe if I just kind of keep it off a little. Maybe if I do like this. All right, talk.
Hi, how's it going?
I think that'll work. I can just have it.
Yeah,
like
it's when you put a seal around the ear.
Yeah. I can't seal. Okay.
That's why they would teach us when I would do singing in youth group. You know, they would say cover one ear. That way you can kind of hear yourself along with what everybody else is still doing. I was shit no matter what I did, so it didn't really
There you
help.
go, youth group. We've got Tanya is here. Welcome. We've got Steve Mank from Articulated Times, Articulated Empire, all of your articulated needs. He does shows all over the place. He's also got a website that you can order from with the Articulated Empire. Check him out. He's got all kinds of goodies there. So we got Chef Brendan Higgins in the house. Welcome. Steph is here. She gave us a boop. Ruben Medina. We've got MJ Staten. David Smith is here. Larry's Geeky World. Michael Morales. Santos Rivera. I'm like, I'm still getting used to reading. Bear with me. Coda Forge Photography. We got Cincy John here. Action figure dude. We've got Kevin McCoy. So both McCoys here. Vaz's Picks. And, Jesse, what do we got here?
Psycho Ed's nice. Member for 27 months. Thank you, Ed. Que está pasando, mi gente? Great seeing you all. I butchered that.
Sure. Yeah, Mike is right. We called him out, but
his name was Mike.
Fucking Mike.
Curtis was reading the names too fast.
True.
The sound seemed to delay a little bit.
And we talked about his membership, but also Eduardo de Jesus. So there you go for the ladies out there. And that is everybody.
All right.
So.
Well, folks, get your digital hands together, pull out your candy corn, whatever it is you snack on. And Curtis can snack on whatever disgusting thing he's eating this week. Put your hands together for the one, the only. I got to figure out which sound effect am I playing. Carlos Espino, aka Badass Review.
What's up, guys? Our show just got a lot more badass.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. And that was a great introduction. I'm not that handsome like Iron Man, to be honest with you, but I mean, I'm going to try to do my best.
You're more handsomer.
For sure more handsome. And I imagine that you can't walk a couple feet without somebody trying to stop you at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, totally. If you can walk, actually, because it was insane the amount of people were there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're going to get into all of that, as well as your channel, as well as some Kickstarter news that you're involved in. We got a lot of stuff to discuss, but before we do that, we're going to get into a little thing called shelf selections, which is easy to talk about if I've pulled up the slides, which I haven't yet. So I'm just going to keep talking until I have them pulled up, because
you know what I could do?
Still, what's that?
I could run.
Me. All right. And here we go. So, Carlos, at the start of the show, we go over some pictures from Instagram that inspired us this week. And so we're going to talk about those, and then we'll get into all that other fun stuff, starting with this one from our good friend Nate Strong at Corona4 on Instagram. And this is just a really super cool pic. I love the way that the cape is flowing here. I love the walking motion, and then just all the background stuff here with the trees. And it looks like an outdoor shot, even though it's not an outdoor shot. Just really good setup and stuff. So, Jesse.
Yeah, this is great. The way he's got the that wooden like forest throne positioned in front of that tree, it just looks like it's growing right into the bark and everything. I like the combination of parts, and yeah, it might not actually be outside, but I feel like I'm outside. I'd feel like I want to be more outside in this picture than I do outside for real.
And he's got one of those thrones from Stefan that was my favorite thing to paint this year. It is awesome. So check those out from Detour Customs if you would like to get one of those thrones. Carlos, thoughts on this picture?
Man, I really love the whole environment that Nate pulled there. I mean, I'm in one collab group with Nate, and he always pull like great pictures. I mean, I love the lighting, like how he managed to like add the lighting on the back of the figure and kind of like contour the figure itself, because I guess he's using kind of like a diorama and maybe something on the background, maybe like like I don't know if he's
like
using
a monitor
or actually like a screen or something like that. But I love the fact that he add some grass on the floor to make it look even more realistic, like he's outdoor. The movement is really cool as well with the cape and everything.
For sure. Next one is one of Jesse's picks. Ooh,
nice.
I just saw this one, I think earlier today, off the shelf pictures. They've got some behind the scenes shots of how they did it. It's not a pose you could get the figure in naturally. But the way it's positioned in this little diorama piece and like with the wet floor and everything, I just thought this was really cool. A more creepy monstrosity of a crocodile or alligator character than than just a realistic, but like super cool details. I love the lighting coming down the pipe, like he's coming in from outside or something. Yeah, I just thought this one was really, really slick.
Carlos, Jesse says that this is very detailed. What do you say?
Man, I love the fact, I guess, because that figure is really big, to be honest, to fit in that little diorama. I guess he put the figure like in two parts, like took the tail apart and put the figure in, shoved the figure in, maybe just like the top part of the torso with just the tail, something like that. But it's really, really like, I don't know how they did it, but looks like, but it's really cool. I love actually the background, aside from the picture itself on the front, like everything in front, like the background looks really cool too, like the lighting on the back. I don't know if it's like actually he used a screen or something like that, but it looks fantastic.
Jesse, I saw that you were confused there. On our other show that we are on, Toy Hammer After Dark, Carlos typically has a word of the day, much like Pee Wee Herman, but very cooler. And one of his famous words was detailed. So, so there you go. I think this is an awesome picture. It makes me feel like humid and moist, like just wet, like it's just, like even the floor there, it just looks like there's a collection of water. I do love the
Glad I'm not in your house right now.
more warm lighting that's coming through the tunnel, but then you got the cool lighting in the room that he's kind of entering. Yeah, it's really nice shot. I think this is set up very well.
It's really natural for me, yes, because I'm around alligators all the time, so yeah, pretty much.
There you go. Let's see. Next one is one of mine. If it'll go, there we go. Look at this.
Thank you.
From Badass Reviews on Instagram, a picture with the new Cursed Templar. With you got Enoch behind there. I just thought this was a really cool shot with these guys like going to battle. A lot of times we get, all the Templars that we've gotten up till now have been these like very pristine looking, like they don't look like they've been in battle kind of guys. Like they're just kind of walking around for show. But this guy's not that. Like this guy has the scorch marks and tattered cloth. Like this guy's seen some shit. And I love this, that kind of Enoch's back there just kind of looking, and this guy is going to town. He's getting ready to do business. So nice shot, Carlos. We're gonna go to Jesse next, though. Jesse, what do you think about this one?
I get the first thing I gotta say is my mind loves playing tricks on me and not reading things correctly or like filling in. You know how like when you're typing on a computer and it like auto guesses what you're gonna say. Mm-hmm. My brain does that with words, so sometimes I get confused. When I looked at this picture just now and I saw the song title, I thought it said "In Nomine Curtis," and I was like, "Oh man, this is really pandering." But
perfect.
I mean, I will say that I know visually this says nothing about the movie. Was it Edge of Tomorrow, where Tom Cruise like relives the same day over and over? I feel like that's what this Templar, like a medieval version of that, where like they're storming the beach and the guy with the helmet, the cursed one, he's already lived this day 1,000 times and he's just sick of it and wants to get it done. This is a really cool shot. That's a really sweet looking figure. I've not seen one this up close with like the stain. Was that part of the distressing on it, or did you do that, Carlos?
No, it is. Everything you've seen on that picture is originally from the figure itself. Like the only thing that was a shot that I took on my patio. It was a little bit dark already, so I put like a little lighting and I put my smoke machine effect on it. But yeah, everything is naturally on that picture. Like I did just a little tweak on the colors. That's it, pretty much. Like, but that's it. Like the rest is just like plain photo with some smoke effect that I put with my smoke machine, and it was kind of like dark in my patio. And I always try to add some branches and stuff that falls from my oak tree, so I put them like around to make it look like they're like in like a woods and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Very cool.
And I would like to say too, because Jesse, if you folks remember last week, we did not know who our guest was going to be for this week, and we were talking about it midweek, and I was like, why not Carlos? He just got back from San Diego. He's dealing with some stuff with a Kickstarter right now. His Instagram is really popping. But by the time we decided that Carlos was going to be our guest, I had already picked this. So I did not pick this because Carlos was going to be on, but it did help to solidify our guest for this week, because I picked this photo and then I go, oh yeah, he'd be a great guest.
So it's not double, it's not reverse pandering.
Correct.
Thank you so much. But you know what? Like this photo, like a lot of people that usually like don't comment on some of my pictures and stuff like that, they came out and said like, or they always do like different type of comment, right? So this one in particular, a lot of people commenting like, like it looks like I'm in the middle of the battle with these guys. Mm-hmm. Like that's the impression that most of the people got into the comments. Like most of the comments were like, oh my God, this looks like a movie scene. I feel that I'm like in battle with these guys. It looks, like a real scene, whatever, this and that. And I really appreciate all the comments. I really appreciate all the love. And yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to pull that shot, especially because it's an outdoor shot in my patio. Sometimes it's crappy because right now it's raining a lot here in Florida. So sometimes I'm like getting all wet when I'm taking all those pictures and stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I pull the, like the good picture there. So that's cool. And thank you so much for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that Mythic Legions aren't the most articulated figures out there, right? There's other ones that have like crazy articulation, get into like a Spider-Man pose and stuff. But the thing that I love about them is what you just mentioned, that it looks like real life. Like it looks like a scene from a movie. Like you look at this And I don't see any of the articulation points. I don't see any of the joints. This looks like two guys wearing armor on a movie set. And that's what makes that toy line so freaking cool.
No, yeah, they're super fun. Always, actually, that picture was nominated as well in another Instagram page like dedicated to photography, and I was really honored to do that, to be there. But yeah, they were asking me like what's your favorite lines to take photos and stuff like that, and I always say, well, Mythic Legions. I mean, most of the Four Horsemen Studios action figures I really like to photograph because they're really fun to pose. They're not that overcomplicated to put like Revoltech and stuff like that, right? That they pose incredible, don't make me wrong, but I will say Mythic Legion, specifically the knights, they're not that difficult because of the system of articulation they have, which is really simplistic. At the same time, give you that I will say advantage on posing at the same time. It's kind of like so weird to explain, right? Less articulation sometimes is more in this case because it looks more natural in certain angles, especially because you don't see the joints and stuff like that. So if you pull a good pose on these figures, I mean, they look incredible.
Especially with the really good soft goods, and in this case, the tattered and damaged. But Jesse, it looked like you were going to say something.
I just had a little nerd tidbit. You know what that thing is called at the base of the sword?
I do not.
It's called. All right. Do you know what it's called? Like if you really beat someone over the head.
Bonk.
It starts with a P.
The pommel.
Yes.
It's the pommel of the.
Okay, so the word pummel, like to pummel someone, comes from the pommel, that thing, because they would bash you in the head with it, or because it's the hard, blunt end of the thing. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway,
little nerddom.
Sorry, little.
No, yeah, that's good.
Fine.
I know that because I'm a huge fan of knives, and I have like a lot of knives that the pommel has like this little tip, especially when it's like a survival one, so you can break in glass and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right. Next one is one of Jesse's.
Ooh. So this is from our good friend Kevin Boots, Kevin M Boots 77, with a really I forget what he called this, like it was like the Judgment of a Daith or something like that. You've got Dorina here over the body of Otho, down in the grass, and just the I know that grass is not like to scale, but it looks like a plant that would be to scale to these people. You calm down, Cincy John. I just thought this was really fun. I think that the Unknown One's a figure that doesn't get a lot of like photography love, and just in this lighting, I think just is really cool looking. How dark he is. Hovering over the two of them. So yeah.
Carlos?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, like the actual grass on the back works perfectly like a corn maze, right? So they pull like a really cool set there in the outdoors. Like that's the cool thing about taking pictures in outdoors, and the difficult part at the same time. Like you need to play what you have and to make it look realistic if you care about that, right? Like some people don't care about that, but for example, me, I'm really picky on that. I try to pick the little branches that I put around, make it look like the same scale with things, or if I'm using grass, try to make it look in different angles so it looks more natural. And this works perfectly, and I love the lighting on the back. I mean, the sunset looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'll be honest. You could have made this a shelf selection without the figures, and I still would have loved this.
I know, right? That's
Kevin just does a really good job of capturing outdoors at the right time of day, at the right moment, in the right place, to where it just looks fantastic. And those clouds and the background there looks so amazing that, like I said, I would have loved this as a shelf selection without the figures, and then you add the figures, and it looks even cooler. So nice job, Kevin. Next one is one of mine, and this is Down for Fun Photography. I thought this was awesome. I love when Colossus and Juggernaut battle. Like anytime these two go at it, like sign me up, whether it's in a cartoon or comics or movie, like these two going at it is just like an epic battle. And him dragging Colossus's head across the wall and like damaging that whole length of wall. And then just like the ground cracking underneath of him. Like this is just really cool. I might even say it's badass. So
badass.
Yeah. So Carlos, what do you think of this one?
Well, I love it, dude. Like I shared this picture on my Instagram as well. Like it was so cool and so fun to watch. Especially because Juggernaut is one of those figures, and also Colossus are one of those figures that people don't use that much in photography. I think maybe because of how bulky that Juggernaut is. And it's a little bit difficult to frame if you want to take like a good picture. But yeah, I mean, here everything is the posing, like how the figures are posed in order to make them look the way they look. So really, really well done, and I really like them. I mean, I shared this picture on my Instagram on my stories.
Jesse?
I think this is great. The pose is awesome. Like you can just feel the, like in the scene in a movie where you're just sitting there if this was a movie, you'd be sitting there like, oh, like feeling it right there with Colossus as he's getting
I'm the Juggernaut.
There you go.
And I'm not saying this as a put down or insult, but the background's clearly like photoshopped or AI or whatever. The pose is what sells it. Like that's just flavor to the picture. This picture would work even if it was just in front of like the kitchen counter or something, so like the posing on those figures is, and I agree with you, Carlos, that Juggernaut is a really fun figure. He's a pain in the butt to pose. So like, I'm sure there had to be some sort of wires or sticks, supports holding him up because he's a bulky SOB. But yeah, this is a really awesome fun shot.
Yeah, but and what you said like about the AI, I'm pretty sure it's AI what he's using for all the background and stuff like that. But again, sometimes, and I use AI sometimes to like put like effects in some of my pictures and stuff like that, or sometimes when I don't have the background that I really want in dioramas and stuff like that, because I don't have that much space to put dioramas in my room, right? So sometimes I kind of like play with AI, and man, let me tell you something. AI is a pain to work on, especially when you have a specific pose from a specific angle and you want the picture to look in a certain way. AI fights with you for hours. Like it's so difficult sometimes, and to pull something like this, I think was really, I don't know how long he was playing with the AI in order to make the effect the way it looks, but I mean it was really, really well done.
So I'm looking at the behind the scenes, and he has a stand underneath Colossus holding Colossus up, but there's nothing holding up Juggernaut. He's just up against like a blue wall, and then he put in the all of the background. So
yeah, well done, done.
And again, like not to drag on the AI thing, because like something like this where it's enhancing the picture, it's adding a little flavor. Like I don't have a problem like with that sort of thing. It would be one thing if he or whoever does like a completely generated image. Like I'm not trying to poo-poo on people who are using it just to enhance. But I because like I said, I think this picture works with or without it because of the way it's posed, and what he actually captured in the camera makes the rest of it great.
And the floor looks like they're being fighting for like a long time, right? Like
it's like that scene in the end of Matrix where Agent Smith and Neo are in the subway, just going back and forth destroying it.
Next one is one of Jesse's.
Okay, this is Toy Photo Guy, with some of the Exiles Under the Mountain dwarf posing in front of a cool dio. Really fun lighting. You got like that bright light, like the flare coming on the right, and like kind of shadows and more reds on the left. I just thought this was really fun, dramatic. Feels like a still from a movie, like a promotional shot you'd see in like Entertainment Weekly or something to promote the next movie coming out.
Carlos?
Man, I really like it. I like the lighting. Like Jesse said, like the diorama looks fantastic. The posing and everything, I mean, looks really, really cool. I mean, the figure itself looks awesome, and the contrast between the figure and the background, it looks really cool. I really like the framing there with the lighting, how he place his set of lights on that picture, because I bet he used maybe like 3 or 4 there. So it looks really, really good.
Yeah, I love this figure. Like I love that 2-pack, but this particular, like the head, I love the fact that it's a tribute to Anthony Houseal, our good buddy. But I also just love the way that this looks. Like that helmet and those pauldrons on this guy, like give him like this presence to him. And then you get those newer weapons, those axes that have like the tape on them and stuff that are more to scale with this. And it's not those big elaborate like axes that we had in the past. So I love this figure. And then once again, just like the Nate one, you've got a really cool walking pose here, like where you're getting some movement, you're getting some of that fog in there, and then just a cool diorama setup, and then the lighting. Yeah, it's just all together really, really well done. So nice work. Next is one of mine. This was a new account that I saw, Castle_brush. And wow, man, I tell you what, I love, any kind of really cool paint job that somebody does, but especially when there's a whole bunch of gradient where you're getting one color transitioning into another. And if you get it transitioning into multiple colors, even better. And you've got that here in spades between the flames and the wings and just that body. I love all the transitions on here. This just looks really, really cool. It's so vibrant, and I just really dig this. Carlos?
That picture is like for the next show. Right?
It just might be. Yeah.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, in this picture is what he did with this mini. I don't know if it's a miniature or if it's like a big figure, but the fire effect,
it's a miniature.
The fire effect with the rock, like how the lava on the bottom looks and how it reflects on the rocks is insane.
There's another one of the keywords, Jesse. Go ahead. What do you got, Jesse?
I like that ASMR. I usually don't like ASMR, but that one was nice.
It's a special word when he leans into the microphone.
Nice. I'm about to disrespect all of the action figure customizers, and I mean it with the utmost respect. Miniature painters are on a different level.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean that as a pun. Like, and I love painting, and I love all the customizers in our community. I feel like if I were to touch this, my brain is telling me I would burn my hands. Like the way that lighting and like the magma down there or the lava, I don't remember at what point it switches. I think when it comes out, it's lava. When it's underground, it's magma. All right. Sorry. I'm getting stuck in my head. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome.
John's going to yell at you.
Yes. It feels like some sort of like cyborg bionic Balrog kind of a thing. And just like the cools, even though they're the cool parts of it, they still feel like they would be hot. like on the stones and stuff. It's just, this is insane. And knowing that it's I'm sure it's a big miniature, but it's still a miniature, so it's still probably smaller than a Legion's figure. Like, the amount of detail on this is insane.
There you
I don't know
go.
if that was as good as Carlos's.
I think
question. That's a bolter on the left hand.
if you say so.
It looks like some sort of gun or cannon.
Yeah, it looks like a plasma gun or something like that, right?
Could be. I agree with you, Jesse. I think it's a matter of the quantity that miniature painters get done, because they're trying to paint these armies, right? And so they're doing so much all the time that they're just honing their skills. Like even your like J Low Fidelity, right? He probably produces more customs than just about anybody else in our community, right? But he still doesn't do the output that a miniature painter does. Like, miniature painters get so much done. They're like boom, 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 like one after another, that I think they just hone their skills just that much better. It's like anything else. The more you do it, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. And they just do so much. So I agree with you 100%. I think they just, like, one of the things, you don't really have it here, but I know we've seen it in some of the other miniature ones. When they do the non-metallic metals, right? Like, they do a sword and they paint it with like blues and grays and whites, and it looks like it's metallic, but they use zero metallic paint. That blows my mind. Like, I can't understand that. But that kind of stuff, like, they're great at. So, all right. Next one's one of Jesse's.
From the amazing Mercury. I've been watching a bunch of my reaction channels, watching the original Hellboy this week, so this one stuck out especially in my mind. I just thought this was really fun. I don't know which Hellboy this is. It might be the 1,000 Toys, I think. Judging by the hand,
that's the 1,000 Toys one. I have that one.
Okay, okay. I just the way it's shot, it almost feels like a Mike Mignola artwork with like the heavy shadows and stuff. I love that I don't know if that's an actual photograph, whatever's behind it, but it's just fun. Tentacle monster coming after Hellboy, and you can just hear him going, "Oh crap!" as he's like running away from this thing.
Yeah, it looks really, really, really well done. I love the jumping, like the pose is everything on this one, and actually the lighting too. I mean, I like all the shadows he used. It's kind of like green and stuff like that. So, I mean, really cool. I guess he used some effects to give all the atmosphere and stuff like that. But I mean, it looks really, really, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm not sure what kind of crazy tentacle monster thing that he's either fighting against or alongside, but yeah, this is cool. Love all the debris flying in the air, and then what looks like to be like a castle in the background. Yeah, this is cool action shot. I like it. Next one is one of my picks, and this is actually an account that Darla put me on a couple weeks ago. I think I had a pick from them last week, and this account is amazing for anybody out there that is painting. If you're customizing, if you're painting miniatures, whatever, this is a great account, because he has a lot of things like this where it's like little tutorials, little instructional guides, where it's just step by step tells you how to achieve this stuff. And you know, there's sometimes where I'll look at it and I'll go, man, I think I would have stopped at step 4. Right? Like on this one, like maybe I don't go all the way to step 6. And the great thing about this is that you can follow it as much as you want, and you could stop at 3, 4, you go all the way to 6, whatever you want to do. But you can see the transition from what it originally looked like, that just one solid color belt, all the way to the end where it looks like this really worn, beat up, scratched up leather. And it looks like it looks like you could touch that and it would feel like leather, not like plastic. And it's just like I said, he does a great job of painting it, but he does an even better job of explaining how he painted it. And like I said, for any painter out there, I think this is a must follow Instagram account, Dane.Wong. Check this out because it's awesome. Carlos?
You know what's awesome?
What's that?
That is a Black Templar.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at the end,
also step 6 is very detailed.
But listen, one of the things that I really admire about, especially like all these Warhammer painters, right? Like, and it's just you nailed it when you said about the metals, right? Like you've seen the best example is here, like how he managed to make that metal look like that, even have a reflection, like, you know, from the light. And if you seen the buckle on the bottom, it's just like, it looks awesome, it looks fantastic. And you said this, it looks like real leather. It looks like you actually can smell it, you know, like that smell that the old leather have. So yeah, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. Like some of these guys that does like customs Warhammer action figures, like they are crazy, dude. And it's the amount of, like you said, I don't know how much time they put into this because it's such a little figure. But I don't know, like I feel they're going like maybe like for weeks, like trying to make it look perfect. Like you said, like I will be more than happy with step 3, you know, maybe step 2, who knows? But then he goes above and beyond and do like step 6 to make it look like pretty much like that you can actually detach that and put it on you or something like that. You know, it's wild.
Yeah. Jesse?
This is crazy. I mean, we if there was a way to pull up just the first slide and the last slide, it doesn't look like it's the same thing anymore. Like the detail on the metal, it feels like it's embossed and like forged and hammered. Like there's texture and depth on there that you don't see. Like it looks just like a flat buckle. Like I'm specifically talking about the piece that's hanging down, like at the end of the belt. If you compare the two, the first one and the last one, like it's got like that indenture, like it's embossed around the edge of that, you know, like it's been clamped around the belt, you know, and like all the little nicks and tears on the leather that look like this could be like a weathering process, like brand new belt, step 1, number 2, you know, belt, you know, after 3 months of use, belt 3 is, you know, it all the way up to like belt 6 is like this guy's been out wearing this belt for 10 years and it's still holding up. I don't know how long other belts last, but yeah.
You know what's wild? Awesome. That actually the buckles and everything, they don't have any indentation. Like he actually paint that. It's not sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
painted details that aren't there. Yeah.
Flat. Yeah.
Yeah. Step 6 is like when you get your wallet like the perfect beat in, and then like your kids buy you a new one, and you're like, that's great. Now I got to start using this new one, but I just got the old one right where I wanted it. So all right, next one is one of Jesse's.
This one I think I'd grabbed last week. This is from our friend Cloud at Cloud_Network. I mean, come on, what? I don't think there's a lot I can say about this other than how cool it is. The lighting, that whole the mask reveal in the hand and everything. This is just, I just see this. You know, Jeremy read the story of, you know, Amir and Scapular, how he was like in disguise at the one tavern, you know, drinking with the one guy or whatever. I feel like he gets back to base, you know, and he's like, oh, I can finally take this thing off, and you know, it's just like letting his skull breathe. It's an awesome shot, very moody, and I like the real up close, you know, like up close shot of it.
Carlos?
And yeah, again, the lighting is really important in this picture. Like, and I think Cloud used like some type of like yellow light from the bottom to hit the figure, like from above, and another one on the other side, like a white light, and maybe something to reflect the white light from the other side, something like that, maybe like a little light shield or something like that. But man, it looks awesome, and I love the contrast with the background that is all dark, and one side is darker than the other one. It looks, all the shadows on this picture. Yeah, it's this picture is not so about the pose, but more about the lighting. That's what it is.
What I like about this is like that figure has two very distinctive looks, and they both are awesome. And I think a lot of people have struggled with which way to display it. And I think this gives you the best of both worlds, to where you've got the scapular look, but then you've got the Amir mask together. Like this is great. I love the idea of him holding that mask up. Now we know that won't fit over the skeleton face, like as a toy, but just the way that it looks here, it looks like it could. And I think that's awesome. And yeah, like you guys said, the lighting looks great. The pose is awesome, but I just love the idea that this is a great way to display it, just to have it to where he's got both looks in one. So
yeah, very Dr. Doom.
Yeah, for sure.
Except we normally don't get to see his face. So
Doom.
Yeah. Next is one of my picks, and this is a Demidov on Instagram.
Damn.
And we talked about one, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, where it was like a spaceship that had like this kind of like the stealth was going out on it, and there was like some different spots and stuff. This is kind of similar to that. And this was from a reel. So this like is like the showing like the work on this and the spinning it around and stuff. Encourage anybody to go look at it. Once again, the amount of details on this, the amount of vibrant colors, and just it's just so cool. Like it doesn't look like something that anybody painted. It looked like somebody grabbed something from space and threw it into an action figure and like made it come to life. This is just crazy the way that this looks. I can't even imagine getting something to look like this. So, Carlos,
you know what it looks? It looks like those celestials, like like Guardians of the ride Disney for Guardians of the Galaxy, where you have like the big celestial. It looks something like that. It looks like, when I see like these videos, these crazy videos that are like super viral, where people put like color and I don't know if it's oil or water or something like that, like prints, and they put something inside, and when they take it out, it's all printed. Like it looks something like that. Like you actually put like some kind of like space environment in that water, and you shovel the figure and pull it out, and it just came like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, like the electroplating or whatever, the coating.
It looks wild.
Jesse?
I don't fully know what it is I'm looking at. Like, is this like the side of an action figure or a statue or something?
Yeah.
Like,
like that's a head. That's
with
like
the
a head
helmet
with a big fin on the back. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a side profile.
Yeah,
yes, like that. That spot there is where an arm would go in, that circle spot.
Okay, so that said, I mean, I agree there. I love how it's got like the cold and the hot temperatures, like in the colors. You've got like that fiery cosmic red, then you've got like the grid pattern, like it's some sort of like protection shield, and then you've got like the blue and like the stars for like the more cosmic. Like this is insane. I'm gonna have to definitely follow this account and check out. You said it's a video to see the whole.
Yeah, it's like a reel.
Is that a finger down at the bottom? So is this small?
Yeah. No, it's so. I mean, it's like I think it's 1/12 scale.
That's 1/12. It looks like 1/12.
Okay, I mean, but my mind wants to read this as like like quarter scale or half scale or something. Like well, not. I don't know how big it's supposed to be, but I was thinking it was like like this big.
Yeah, it's a Revenant Titan It's a Warhammer thing. Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, that's
so-
Eldari, right?
What's that?
Okay.
It's Eldari. I believe so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to go off.
That's a Titan. It's big. That figure is supposed to be like maybe like I will say like around 20 feet tall or something like that.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe more, maybe bigger.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hydro dipping.
Yeah,
yes, that's what it is.
That's what I do when I'm trying to, when it's like September and you're checking if the pool's still warm.
that's what happens when you push somebody from Mississippi in the water and they've been chewing tobacco. That's hydro dipping. So next one's one of Jesse's. Go ahead.
Corellian Smuggler 2266 with a shot of my second favorite Mythic Legion figure of all time, Neve. Maybe first. I don't know. It's back and forth. Absolutely love this. Cool, just on a little piece of dio with some nature in the background, and it's just she's awesome, and this is a fun shot.
Carlos?
Yeah, I like it. I like the how he framed the figure actually. So it's a really simple pose, but sometimes, like I say, sometimes less is more, and you don't need to make like crazy poses with figures like we were talking about, like super mega splits and stuff like that. Sometimes like a walking pose or just standing there is enough. And I really love the framing on this picture. Really, really cool. And the background, the trees on the background combined with the diorama, the rock diorama, looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one of those great figures that came out this past year, and just looks badass, man. She's awesome. Simple, nice little kind of rock base there in front of, just an outdoor, scenic shot. Yeah, she's just looking cool. So nice job. Next, this is my last one. This is smallworld.jl. And I just thought this was really neat. So they're doing the whole where I think you take cotton balls and kind of spread them out, and then you put some lights in there, and it makes it look like these things are actually firing, and it's got a real jet that's shooting out there, and then it's got a base there with some waves and stuff, and the whole thing it's from a reel that was spinning around. So this whole thing is on a spinning tabletop spinner, and it's just going around in circles. And yeah, just super neat. I'm going to go to Jesse next because he looks just amazing right now. Jesse, go ahead.
How is it up?
It's got like the base. How is it lifted up off the table?
No,
how is
the actual plane
over the water?
I believe there's a thin wire down there that's holding that up.
Maybe it's attached from the back. You see where the flares are? Maybe there.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm more into the sci-fi and the fantasy stuff, but this is
and they got the Top Gun theme song playing, which is just that's just cool.
This is just the coolest execution of the most implausible thing to have on a shelf. I want a jet flying over water with ripples and rockets that are lit. What? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
This is freaking amazing, and the
maybe
weathering on the jet.
Magnets, maybe. Who knows? Right?
I don't know.
The only thing that
how
could
the
have made
sauce
this
is
even
made
remotely cooler is if there was a dolphin jumping out of the how dolphins go in front of ships.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cool.
Yeah. I think it's the smoke. I think Carlos is right. I think there's something going up through the cotton in the back that's actually holding the whole thing, because I'm watching it spin around right now.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And let me big up myself. And there's nothing underneath of it.
It's on the back.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's on the back. That's really cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool. It's really well done, man. Like the lighting that he put like inside those cottons and stuff like that. You know, the one that I like the most is the one that he's fired, like the one that is all the way in the front
Mhm.
with the
The
effect
missile that's
of
shooting off. Yeah.
that effect, like on the water, looks fantastic, dude.
Yeah. It is insane.
Insane.
And here's our last one for the day, which is Jesse's.
Last one is from Aegis Costuming, a cosplayer doing the absolute Wonder Woman. I just scrolling through my feed, and this one just really jumped out at me. I think that costume and the redesign is really cool for the character. And I just thought this, you know, with whatever red paint or markings or whatever on the cave, just really accent the hair and everything. I just thought this was a really, really cool cosplay and a really, really cool photo.
Carlos?
He looks like an action figure, to be honest with you. It looks really, really cool. I like the contrast between the red and the dark of the cave. That's really cool. I don't know about the story like that much, like the absolute and stuff like that, but I mean, it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I have no idea what this character is from, but it looks awesome, and it's really well done.
I
don't have a frame of reference, is what I'm saying.
Well, you know how there's that absolute Batman where there's that big
right.
Batman.
So and I've heard the Wonder Woman is really good, but I have no.
I haven't read it yet.
So.
I have it. I've just seen the art, and I thought this looked really cool.
I've heard that it's really awesome. Like after, I know there's a bunch of the absolute ones. After the Batman, the one that I hear the most about is Wonder Woman, and but yeah, this just looks awesome. This is really, really well done. So nice work. And that is it, folks. So that is Shelf Selections, and make sure you're following those people because they're doing some awesome stuff, and it'll make your Instagram feed that much cooler. You'll see cool things. And speaking of cool Instagrams, there's this one called Badass Reviews that's over 10,000 followers now. That's crazy. 10,000.
No, I think I'm about to hit right now 18,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was like just over 10.
Let me check. I'm not sure now. Now you make.
Oh no, I'm looking at post. You're at 17,000 followers right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, 17,000. Yeah.
10,000 post is crazy too. Like how much? Like listen. So during San Diego Comic-Con, you were posting faster than I could catch the stuff that you were posting. It is crazy. Like, dude, you're posting all the time. And not only are you posting, but you do a great job of sharing other people's stuff. I know you already mentioned it during the Shelf Selections there with some stuff that you've shared, but like you share a lot of people's work and just help to kind of like promote things within the community as well as all the stuff that you're doing. So tell us a little bit about like what's been going on with your channel and why should people, if there's anybody, I can't imagine that there's anybody here watching that's not following you, but if they're not, why should they be following you?
Well, I mean, it's funny because I was talking to a friend actually like a few minutes ago about like what's my take on the community and stuff like that, right? And I remember being in Panama, like before. I mean, I moved to the United States in 2012, and I remember seeing all these. Back in the days, it was Facebook and YouTube pretty much, and I was following all these YouTube channels, and it's wild that when I moved to United States, I was like, you know what? Let me start doing this because I really love action figures and I really love the community. So I start taking pictures of my action figures in my personal Instagram account. Right. And if you're going way back in my personal Instagram account, I have some pictures there back in the days when the Four Horsemen were doing Motu Classics and stuff like that. And Metropolis, you name it. I was collecting Marvel Universe, the 3 3/4 inch action figures. And I was taking pictures of that too. I was taking pictures to one of my best friends, that has a page called Puntos de Articulación in Spanish, like points of articulation, from Panama. So I was helping him with some of my pictures. I was putting the pictures on his page. But one day, my best friend here, Jason, he was like, "Hey, Carlos, like, why you don't put your own Instagram account? Like, why you don't make your own stuff?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm cool with that. I just like to help people out, like taking pictures and sharing with other people. That's fine." So he convinced me, and he's like, "Hey, you know what, dude? You like to use, like, all the time that you see something that you like, you say badass. This is badass. This is badass. So you know what? You do martial arts. Let's create the badass reviews. So, you know, like, so let's put the badass reviews so you can do actually videos and everything. So it's more, you know, more, you know, like big, so you can do whatever you want with them." So I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I start like that. And I believe my Instagram blow was in the last PowerCon. I think that was like maybe 3 years ago or so. Was the last one, right? So the last PowerCon, I was when the PowerCon ends, I was at 800 followers on my Instagram, and I was like, "Oh wow, 800 followers! That's crazy! That's awesome!" I was so excited. That was pretty much by the time I started going to Legion's Con and all those stuff. So I was like, "Man, that's great!" So I started doing this, and to be honest with you guys, like, I just love action figures, and I love the community, and I get to the point where I have so much support from people, from companies, from everybody in the community, and I really appreciate that, and I'm really thankful for that. Like, I will never forget that, all the support from everybody when I was, you know, like little on Instagram. So my point right now with my channel is like, or my Instagram, on my YouTube channel and everything, is like, you know what, now that I have this exposure, I'm going to help other people to get exposure. So that's why I don't care if you take amazing photos or you just take photos in your kitchen. You want to share the pictures with me, and you want to collab with me to get more exposure on your channel, sure, why not? You know, and most people always think like, "Oh, I'm too big, I'm too, you know, professional, and that's fine. I totally understand. Some people use this as their work space and professional space and everything. But to me, life is about enjoying whatever time you have here, you know, and trying to do the best to other people, to make other people happy. That makes me happy when other people do good. And I don't take this serious in a way that, don't make me wrong, I mean, I take what I'm doing really serious, because I go to events, I go to all these places, I do reviews for companies, serious companies, but at the same time, I try to enjoy what I'm doing. And action figures, they're supposed to be fun. Toy photography is supposed to be fun. Reviewing action figures, playing with your action figures is supposed to be fun, because at the end of the day, you're trying to bring up or bring out your inner child. You know, when you're a child, when you're playing with action figures, you have fun. That's it. That's the only thing that you care. And I believe nowadays these became so popular and so mainstream, like the toy photography, the toy reviews and stuff like that, that people take this, I don't want to sound like bad, but they take this way too serious in the way that it's not fun anymore. It's something stressful for people.
Well, and I just want to pull that. I know Jesse pulled this up, but I want to pull this up again. Vazpic says Carlos is the hardest and most hardest working, passionate person in the community. It's insane. So I guess, you know, to tag on to what you're saying, and I guess the question I have is, how can you keep it fun and be as busy as you are? Because you've got like a regular job, right? You got like a regular job. You're doing martial arts. you're doing a ton of toy photography, you're doing reviews, you're doing videos, you're going to conventions, you're being part of Kickstarters, you're sharing other people's work. Like you're constantly busy.
And
how are you doing all of that?
And all the family stuff. And all the family
and the,
stuff.
Yeah, and the family stuff. Yeah. So like because you're going like on vacations with your kids and stuff like are you a vampire? That is a good question.
It is hard because you need to keep a balance, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The most important thing in my life is my family, my wife and my daughter. Those are the number one, number two, number three, number whatever, in my life. Action figures, toy photography, and everything. Yes, some people say like, how you get time? Like, man, the thing is like when I feel that when you love what you're doing, you feel that you're not working at all. And it's like people when they are like workaholic and stuff like that. When I have time in my house, I'm always taking pictures, like in my bathroom, in my kitchen, in my toy room, in my patio. Everywhere I go, I have an action figure with me. And not just that. I always try to talk to people, like talk to everybody in the community. If you've seen all my posts on photography or whatever, YouTube, and every single comment, I always reply to everybody. And that's something that my dad teach me when I was little. He used to say, when you don't answer the phone, he's like, why you don't answer the phone? And I'm like, no, because right now I don't have time. He's like, you need always to have time for people. Even if you don't answer right away, call them back because they're calling you for something, and you need always to have time for people. When they're asking for you, it's because they need you. So be there for them. So most of the time I try to do all these stuff. And yes, sometimes it's so difficult because, for example, I work during the day, I work in a dental clinic. My wife owns dental clinics. During the day, I try to take my daughter to dance, take it to school. And then after that, at night, I teach martial arts. I teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been doing martial arts for over 30-something years. And in that time, when I make dinner, because we always make like meal preps and stuff like that at night for the next day, I always try to come to my toy room to take pictures and stuff like that. So on the weekends, for example, I'm part of all these collab groups of toy photography. On the weekends, I try to take all the pictures I can for the whole week. So I kind of like manage myself doing that. Every time I'm going on vacation, for example, if I'm going on vacation, I try to take the pictures for maybe if I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, I take pictures for 2 weeks, right? Before I'm leaving. And not just that, I always, because I put like toy news and stuff like that, that helps me with the content as well. The same with the YouTube reviews. I always try to pull, let's say, if I know I'm going to be busy this weekend because we're going to Orlando or we're going to a dance competition with my daughter, I always try to pull like maybe like 2 or 3 toy reviews and leave them there on YouTube. And then I just put them live whenever time it comes. But I always try to manage my time. And this is something that I learned when I was little. My dad always used to say, you always have time. Don't say that you don't have time. You always need to manage to have time for everything. So, yeah, I don't have that much time to sleep. That's for sure. But I try. Listen, I try to be the best I can every day, man. I'm not perfect at all, but I try to be a good dad. I try to be a good husband. I try to be a good friend. And at the same time, I try to do all the YouTube stuff the most I can and all the Instagram stuff the most I can.
Yeah, the thing that amazes me, I mean, it amazes me that you're able to get all of that stuff done. That amazes me to begin with. But then, like, I see you at a convention. I saw you at Joe Lana last year, Legion's Con. When I see you, you're always the happiest guy in the room. Like nothing, like I don't ever see, I'm sure you have moments where, something happens, you have a rough day, something goes bad, but I never see it. Like every time I see you, you're smiling, you're happy, you're engaging with people, you're asking them how they're doing. Like you genuinely care about people. It's not just, going through the motions and stuff. So I think it's just amazing that you're able to do all of that and be like one of the most positive people in the community.
I'm going to tell you the secret for that.
Okay.
I always think that there's always somebody that is struggling way more than you.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. Like in some place, somehow there's somebody, even if you think that you're having the worst time in the world, there's somebody that is worse than you. And that person is not complaining. And that person is thankful because he's still here, breathing in this earth. So you have people in life that has so little and they're so happy with what they have. And we're so lucky to have good health. To me, the most important thing is to have good health, man. If you don't have good health, the rest is miserable for you, no matter how much money you have, no matter whatever. So every time something hurts, I'm like, man, at least I'm alive, at least, I have so many friends that they already passed, and I'm like, man, every time I wake up, I always thank God for being here and for being able to do what I love to do, which is having a family, having friends, and doing the toy photography, doing the toy reviews and stuff like that. I'm blessed. I'm totally blessed. It doesn't matter if tomorrow I wake up with a cold or I wake up with an injury or whatever. I always try to keep myself positive and reminding myself, you know what, dude, you're really, really lucky to have what you have. And that's what I think drives me with everything else in life.
Absolutely. You got a comment that you want to pull up there, Jesse?
Oh, I was just going to say that's a great mindset, a great way to think. And I'm going to be completely honest. That's something I really needed to hear. So thank you. I'm going to pull this up from Steve over at Articulated Times. Carlos is one of the absolute best people that I know. He is my brother. 1000% deserves every bit of success he has achieved. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you, Steve. Steve is the best.
Yeah, and Coda Forge Photography says, Carlos, your positivity is inspiring. 100%. Like anytime that I'm feeling overwhelmed or like I feel like, like I'm did a bunch of lives this weekend and something, whatever, then I go, well, Carlos was more busy than I am. He's positive. So like there's nothing for you to be complaining about. So it was funny. Like yesterday, I had for me what was a rough day, right? And I painted on Mod Squad, which was great. I had a great time hanging out, got a bunch of stuff accomplished, and I came downstairs to clear coat some stuff. And I was holding too much stuff. I was holding my coffee mug and a bunch of parts and 2 figures and I was trying to carry all this stuff downstairs because I didn't want to make a second trip. And I bobbled a custom that I was working on and it fell to the ground. And he has like a mohawk, and part of the mohawk broke off, like 2 pieces broke off. And I'm like, shit. So Darla's helping me and we're trying to find, it's in the kitchen and we're trying to find the pieces so I can put it back together, and we can't find it. And we look everywhere. We found like 3 of the pieces, but there were still like 2 or 3 pieces still missing. And so now I've got this thing that was almost completely done. I've got to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to have to put some paper clips in it. I'm going to have to resculpt the hair. I'm going to have to repaint the hair, which was a very tough paint job. And so I'm just like, in the grand scheme of things, like you said, I've got my health. I'm not having problems there. I'm not having financial problems. I'm not, there's nothing. I dropped a plastic head and it broke, and I'm going to have to fix it. That's not the worst problem in the world. But for me yesterday, I was like pissed off. I was angry, and I was like, I didn't want. So I actually canceled. I normally do customizing studio on Sunday. I canceled it today. I told everybody in the group chat, I was just like, listen, I know this isn't the biggest problem in the world, but for me, I'm just stressed out, and I just need a day to not do anything. And I played video games all day today and didn't do shit, and it was awesome.
But that's amazing. You see, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of things. Like sometimes you need to reset yourself. And I'm not saying that I don't get upset about things that happen to me during the day, because it happens, you know. But at the end of the day, I always try to, okay, so I have a shitty day, you know, like, and maybe things didn't go my way. And at the end of the day, at night, I always said, like, you know what? Let me count the positive versus the negative in my life, you know, and that's what I always try to do in my brain, behind my brain. Like I have friends, I have this, I have that, you know, I have a family, I have this and that. So, you know, and just for example, that custom, right? So now you have the opportunity to make something even better. You know, like, okay, so that was really cool. You know what? But now that one broke, I'm gonna do something even better than that. So that's pretty much the mindset that I always have in life. When I found an obstacle in life that makes me fall, I'm like, you know what? Okay, I found this obstacle. Now that obstacle is gonna help me to jump higher. You know, and that's the approach in life that I always try to find. Like, you know, like, yes, you're gonna struggle in life, yes, you're gonna have shitty days, yes, you're gonna have this and that, but those struggles makes you a better person. It's kind of like a test. And I feel I appreciate more stuff when it costs you than when it's just like right there in front of your eyes for free, you know. So yeah, that's part of life. And life is beautiful, dude, in every single way possible. Even when you think is wrong, is bad for you, and it's always beautiful. Beautiful in every single way.
So, want to transition a little bit here. You just went to San Diego Comic-Con, and we're going to talk a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con. But before we get to San Diego Comic-Con, you're also working on a upcoming Kickstarter. And I want to know about that, because we want to make sure that people are, you know, prepared and ready for that when that comes out. So can you tell us a little bit about the Kickstarter that's coming up, and what you can share about it?
Well, the Kickstarter is From the Realm. From the Realm is the project that me and my buddy, JP, Jorge Peláez, and Eric Sosa have. The three of us, specifically JP, these came from the brain, the imagination of JP, because JP is a big horror fan, right? So, like, long story short, one day he came to me, and he's like, hey, Carlos, you know what? I have this idea of making this toy line, and it was based on horror action figures, but kind of like Sofubi style, right? And I'm like, oh man, that looks fantastic. The designs were awesome. But I was like, you know what? It looks cool, but it's not in my alley. You know, I prefer more complicated, high-end action figures, articulation, sculpting, and everything. You know, and he's like, you know what? And I'm like, listen, I feel sometimes in life, when you're gonna do something, you better go all out. If you want to do something, try to do the best you can. And I believe you are more into high-end action figures, more articulation, more sculpt, more realistic style. And he's like, you know what? You're right. So he starts showing me these designs, right? And he's like, I was like, wow, this looks really, really cool. So we contact Eric Sosa, which he's one of the best sculptors out there. He's worked with Steve Wang and horror movies and stuff like that. He works for Iron Studios with all these companies, doing these amazing sculpt for like high-end statues and stuff like that. And we're like, Eric, can you make these like, you know, like something? And he's like, for sure. That's what I love. So at the end of the day, we kind of like get together. We're called Monolith Studios. So it's me, JP, and Eric. I'm pretty much the like the media of the whole project, and the hype guy of the whole project. Is everything comes from JP's brain. I'm just giving him some ideas and stuff like that. So we always get together, kind of like do something, but the project is from the realm. So it's gonna be based in horror, inspired in horror characters, monsters and stuff like that from different realms. So the first Kickstarter is gonna be based on vampires, right? It's gonna be called Chapter 1. So what we're gonna do is this: instead of having waves, we're gonna call them chapters, and every single chapter is gonna be kind of like a book. So that's the idea of the whole, like chapter. It's gonna be like books, and those books, the box is gonna be kind of like a book. On the side, you're gonna have the title and everything, so you can put that. Like sometimes you don't know how to display your boxes and stuff like that, so you can display your boxes with your books in your bookshelf if you want. Right? So that's pretty much the idea. The first Kickstarter is gonna be based on two regular figures, which is the two vampires that we've shown already in Legion's Con and other cons. We have, of course, the Paint Master is Noah Pratt. He's helping us with the Paint Masters. He's an amazing guy that I believe not that many people outside the Legions community knows Noah and how talented he is.
He's amazing.
And he's a great guy. And at the end of the day, we like to work with great people, like good people. So he's doing an amazing job in all the prototypes. We're pretty much in the final state. We have a tentative is going to be on the 15th, September 15th. We already have the Kickstarter pretty much all built already. We just kind of like, like doing like little tweaks here and there. But yeah, the Kickstarter so far is going live on the September the 15th.
Okay. So yeah, just over a month.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. And I see, the page is up, so you can definitely, folks, you can go out there and hit the notify button so that you're notified when that comes up. Yep. And it's got a little information in here. So it does say, 1/12 scale figures, exceptional articulation, museum quality digital sculpting, premium soft goods, which I think I saw that you guys are working with the Strups, correct?
Yes, correct. They're working with us and the designs and everything for the soft goods. Brenda is like, she got like a surgery recently, so she's kind of like busy with that right now because they're like behind in some projects. But yeah, they're with us and they're doing an awesome job as well.
Very cool. Delector collector packaging, which you talked about, growing universe of monsters, heroes, creatures, and expansion sets. So there you go. So everybody, make sure you go out and hit that notify button and be prepared. So when is the next time? Like, when will you guys have the reveals for this? Like the painted prototypes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're working right now on the painted prototypes. We're actually trying to print some. I believe Eric is working on some of the articulation because the first prototype that we print wasn't that good because the arms didn't fit properly. So now we're kind of like working on that because we want to send some prototypes to some YouTubers and stuff like that to do like a previous review. I already talked to Robo. I already talked to Imperial Universe. I already talked to a couple of people in the community that they're like willing to help and they want to help. Like I said, I'm really blessed that I have so many people that support me, support JP, and support the project. I mean, you guys, everybody in the community, the Legions community, they're being like awesome. Actually, the Four Horsemen, Jeremy, Gerard, give us some ideas with this project that we're actually implementing in this project. Some of the stretch goals on the project.
Oh, very cool.
They're Jeremy's ideas. So I mean, I'm really thankful for that. And yeah, we can't wait. It's gonna be highly articulated action figures. Like the figure is gonna move pretty much like a 1,000 toy synthetic human. So it's gonna be wild how it's gonna move. And if you're going to the Instagram, you're gonna see some of the poses that I pull with some of the prototypes that we have back in the days. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is. And then stay tuned because we have very, very like big plans for the future waves. So we just hope people can support us in this first Kickstarter. Is our first rodeo. We're gonna try to do our best. And yeah, we're really excited. I mean, this is kind of like a dream come true, like being able to create your own toy line. That's something that is fantastic, and not like, like having all the support of the community. Like that's just awesome, man.
So if vampires are the first ones, what other, like, give us a little tease. What other things are we thinking of for
something that you can find in a graveyard?
Ah, okay. All right.
Trash. Unfortunately.
A gravekeeper.
Sad people.
So
Tombstones.
stay tuned because we have, I mean, we're already working on the designs for chapter 2. So it's going to be
cool.
wild. Yeah.
All right. So once again, folks, hit that notify button. Be prepared because we're just over a month away, and I'm assuming that when you get ready to do that, you guys will be doing some shows and kind of promoting this, hyping it up, and that kind of thing.
Actually, we have the big support of Creator Realms. Terrence is helping us out with going to all these cons, the cons that we can't go because we're busy doing other stuff. Terrence is helping us a lot, and I need to thank him because he's just awesome. Another great guy in the community, and he's
not here. You don't have to do that.
he's awesome, man.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Terrence,
and he's always helping out everybody just for the love of the community, and I really appreciate that because he's been so helpful with all the promotion on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he helped Quaid with that Kickstarter and getting those pirates done and stuff. You should be aware though that for a while there, he I think he moved in with Quaid, and he was like everywhere he went, he was with him. So I don't know if you've got extra space in your house.
Well, listen,
but there's a good chance that he's going to move in.
He's here in Florida. He's like 45 minutes away from me. He lives in West Palm, so yeah, we're really close.
You're going to be even closer in a month, so just be prepared. Okay, so that's the Kickstarter. So recently, you went to San Diego and you were covering a lot of stuff, and I know there was a booth there. You got the KB Toys booth that had a bunch of independent toy companies inside of there. Tell us about like the idea of how that came together and what that looked like in actuality, like at the show. Like how did that go?
Okay, so that the KB Toys booth was the idea of the owner of Icon Heroes, Pat. Pat is such a great guy in the community. Not too many people know him. Because he's really like working behind curtains and stuff like that. But Pat is the owner of Icon Heroes, which is, I mean, they were designed by the Four Horsemen, actually. The cats that they're dressed like jiu-jitsu and stuff. And actually...
And they got the new Ringmaster.
Yes. So it's this guy right
here. This is a family show. No naked snakes, please.
So this guy right here was the exclusive for them. It's just fantastic. It looks awesome. The idea from Pat was like, you know what? I want to do something like a toy store. So he kind of like contacted the people at KB Toys. And he's like, can I use you guys' name? And I'm going to create kind of like a toy store, but with independent toy companies. And man, that was incredible. It was a boon. He actually had like this little baggie with the KB Toys soldier, right? In all gold, like a bubble head. It was like a package for people went crazy. I told him, listen, you have no idea how amazing this was, because everybody that was talking in the halls and stuff like that, they were like, hey, the KB toy booth, the KB toy booth. That was genius. That was genius. And everybody was going there. It was Spiro Toys there. It was Ija Toys was there too. It was Skeletron, Meta Travelers, Toylanta also was there. And it was also two other companies that they do like this kind of like Sofubi Ninja Turtles that look like little stuffy animals and stuff like that. They were there. It was like
wasn't there companies. Like some horseman guys or something?
Four horsemen.
Okay.
No, the four horsemen were in the other side of the cave.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So
because they were attached to the Icon Heroes booth, right?
No. So this was like Pat have like a big ginormous booth, right? So it kind of like divide this in two. It was the KB Toys on one side, and the Four Horsemen Studio have a totally the other side.
Gotcha.
And it was all the Four Horsemen Studios, pretty much. You know, so and it was great. I mean, it was great because you have the best of both worlds, right? Like you have the KB Toys with all these brands that we collect, and also you have Four Horsemen Studio on the other side. Actually, I knocked out the first interview I did in the whole con was with Jeremy about the Skeleton Warriors. Actually.
How crazy was that reveal?
They look fantastic.
Did you have any idea that was coming?
Not at all. I mean, I was there in previous night, and I was exhibitor, so I was able to be there when they were setting up everything before. I was lucky enough to see everything before everybody else. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is great. The first thing I noticed was like they have this big cardboard with the cyborg one, right?
Yep.
And I was like, they were setting up everything but the Skeleton Warriors, right? And when I saw that, I was like, hey, what is this? And somebody on the booth is like, you're the first person who noticed that. And I'm like, yeah, this is not Mythic Legions. And they were laughing. And then when they kind of like put everything in the display, I was like, oh my God, this looks incredible. It looks fantastic. It looks awesome. And yeah, that was the first thing that we tackled on the interview with Jeremy was pretty much the Skeleton Warriors. They're really excited about this project. I mean, the cool thing about this project is like they're having the opportunity to make even things that they were never in the toy line,
right?
They have like some
concept ideas and stuff that never been made,
and stuff like that it never went into like reality. So I believe the sky is the limit on this project that they have with Infinite Legions. To be honest with you, it's gonna be crazy.
Did you know on preview night when you kind of had these conversations that it was going to be as big as it was? Because like as somebody that's viewing this from the outside, I heard of three big things that came out of there. One was how crazy Jada was. Like people were going nuts about, especially the Invincible stuff. Mondo, the Mondo booth, like people were going nuts about that. And then the Skeleton Warriors, like those were like the three big things from an outsider's perspective that we were heard of. And Four Horsemen is still a relatively small company. So for some of the big reviewers and stuff to like put that like at the top of their list from San Diego Comic-Con, that's huge for them. So like, did you realize that this was going to be as big as it turned out to be?
I mean, it is big because, like it's a franchise that actually was on the TV. Makes total sense, that people were really excited about it. Skeleton Warriors, I mean, when I saw them right there in person, I was like, wow, this looks really cool. Looks really, really awesome. And the colors, like it's a totally different vibe. It's really 90s, 90s vibe with all these like colors and stuff like that. So, and the way it's not just how they look, it's not just how they present it, it's not just about the franchise actually, but how Jeremy's able to present the product to everybody. He's that type of guy that has the I will say like the convincing.
You can tell
power.
that everybody that's involved in this, from the Horseman side as well as the Skeleton Warriors like IP side, everybody's excited. Like they're very passionate about it, so it makes you want to support it even more. You know,
yeah, totally. And people were like, I was there most of the time. I was in that booth, around that booth, and I saw the excitement on people looking at the glass, looking at the figures, and they're like, oh wow, this is awesome. I remember these. Some people didn't know the name, and they're like, oh, I remember this. I remember that cartoon. And I was like, I told Jeremy, I was like, listen, I need what's the name of the Prince Skull Grim or something like that. I don't remember the name. The one with the blue shirt that was kind of like skeleton face with the long hair.
The Baron, was it Baron Dark? That guy?
I don't know. It was the half brother, I think, of the main good guy.
Yeah. I think Baron Dark is the bad guy. So
I mean, the one that I like the most is the one that has the mechanical parts.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, he looks super cool.
Yeah, that to me is like the most like.
He looks like something out of Mars Attacks for me.
I told him, listen, this remind me Eddie from Iron Maiden, pretty much.
Oh, Alan says Grimskull. Is that who you're talking about?
Grimskull, yes, correct.
There you go.
Exactly,
okay.
Grimskull. So yeah, really exciting. I mean, the whole Four Horsemen story. I think this booth was a little bit bigger than last year. I think last year they were across the whole from Mesco. But this time they were pretty much by themselves there, which is really, really cool. That was really awesome. And it was weird because it was them, it was KB Toys, them next to KB Toys, and then it was all that corner was a craziness. It was then Jada Toys, right? And
which was I heard it was crazy. Like people trying to get that especially the bloody version Invincible.
This guy right here.
Yeah, that was, people were losing their minds trying to get that thing.
Yeah, I mean, the previous night wasn't that crazy, to be honest. I was able to get him like pretty easy, but the next days was totally out of control. Like there were lines trying to get into the line, and security in San Diego is kind of like crazy. I mean, they don't want people making lines anywhere, so it's kind of like wild the way they actually manage that. And but yeah, I mean, Mondo was another one that was crazy. Like,
well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because I know you're a big Motu guy, and between, I like the 1/6 stuff. Like not that I have a problem with the 2000X. It's just I'm not collecting the 1/12 scale. I loved the 1/6, like I don't think I need the Snake Men, but the Stratos and the Sorceress that they showed off in their panel, I'm all for those. But I do know that the 2000X stuff that they showed was pretty awesome looking. And you being a Motu guy, yeah. So tell me what your thoughts were on the Mondo booth.
So, and this is something that people know, like 2000X is my favorite cartoon of all time. So there's no secret there. When they announced that they were releasing the 2000X line in 1/12 scale, I was like, I'm all in. I don't care what they're gonna do. I'm all in. I don't care if I need to sell my whole collection, but I need to have them. So they show it's gonna be a 2-pack.
The Fire and the Ice
Armor Skeletor and Ice Armor He-Man. That's gonna be a 2-pack that is gonna be, I think, for pre-order. It's gonna be the same system they did with Keldor, pretty much. That's what I understand. It's gonna be around Motu Fest, pretty much.
Okay.
So it's gonna be, I believe, it's gonna be an online pre-order for that same system they did with Keldor. But yeah, the figures look incredible, and they have finally the prototype of Merman.
Yep.
And man, that figure looks insane. It's the man. I don't know how to say it. Like May Tantarana and Tommy Hodge, they're the two sculptors for those for that line, and man, they're doing an incredible job. And actually, I'm a really good friends with Peter and Hector from Mondo, right?
Mhm.
And I know Jeremy and Eric, and I think Jim went to their booth to see
Mhm.
the Moto stuff. And Eric and Jeremy and these guys, they told them like, listen, this thing is freaking cool, and afterwards, Peter was telling somebody else, he's like, man, the Four Horsemen came here and they say they love our stuff. And that was a really cool moment, to be honest, because at the end of the day, the Four Horsemen were the ones who actually designed all these action figures,
Right.
and they're pretty much all their designs. And of course, Mondo is doing their, like I said, their Mondo-nize style on the figures, but they are doing an incredible job, like making these figures look the way they are, because it's something, right? When you work for a big company, like corporate company, I know what the Horsemen are able to do if you give them full power on
Right.
stuff. And I bet you, if the 2000X back in the days were full in control of the Four Horsemen, we will have something like Moto Classics with them, something similar. And now Mondo is pretty much doing that, like I can imagine what the Horsemen could do with that line right now. But I'm super happy that Mondo, which is people that actually are really passionate for the line, people that are really fans. Like, for example, Peter used to be with JP. Peter and JP are really good friends, and they used to go together to Toys R Us to pick up the Moto 2000X action figures, right? He's a fan of the Horsemen. So Hector, all these guys, you can tell how passionate they are for this line. And like what they're like delivering right now is just, bro, the Skeletor, the He-Man. I'm not stopped playing with them.
Let me I've got some of the pictures up here. So so here's the merman that you were talking about.
Oh, yes,
so
man.
Yeah, just
Details
amazing.
on that. It is wild. It is wild. That's the time edition with the base. Of course, the regular edition is gonna come without the base. If they're doing a regular edition, I don't know how they're gonna manage that pre-order, to be honest.
You got the Fire Armor Skeletor.
Listen, that Skeletor, one thing is pictures, another thing is like being there in person. The combination of plastics, like translucent plastics with paint and stuff. Like, you are a painter, you know how difficult it is to pull something like that. I mean,
I won't be, I'm not in on the 2000X, so I don't know that I'm getting any of this. But if I was going to pick up one thing, it like, and I know it's in a 2-pack, but I think this Ice Armor He-Man looks badass.
I know, right?
So, yeah, like I love this.
I know. It looks fantastic, dude. It looks
fantastic. And then you had the Keldor, which actually went for sale during that weekend, right?
Yes. It was the first, I believe, the first 1,500 units. They're gonna ship on October, if not like before, and the rest were kind of like a time pre-order, so they're gonna ship in early 2027. So if you were able to pre-order really quick that day, you're gonna have him maybe by October.
Then they had the limited edition Flocked Panther,
really limited, and
which already sold out. So
it was sold out at the show. I think they had maybe like 50 Panthers in the whole show. Wow. So I think they have like limited per day. I have a friend that was able to get one.
That box has got to be. I mean, I know the Battle Cat one was.
My friend live in San Diego, so I was like, "You're fine.
That
like,
works.
I'm not gonna get this thing."
Right.
But looks fantastic. Looks awesome.
King Hiss.
That's
This
where
is
you
now this is the 1/6 scale. Yep.
1/6 scale. I was
And then
able.
they had
I
the
was-
snake version, which this is
Yeah.
just that's wild.
I was able to get pictures of the alternate faces because when they were setting up the booth, when I took all the pictures, they told me not to release the pictures right away, so I wait till the show started. So I was able to take most of the pictures without the glass.
Gotcha.
And man, they were awesome.
And then Cobra Khan.
Oof,
So
that Cobra Khan, dude.
yeah. So I mean they're doing some awesome stuff right now.
Oh yeah,
for
totally.
sure. So awesome. Well, yeah, that's just that would have been cool to see in person for sure.
Oh yeah. You will be more than happy. The Ghostbuster thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys love Ghostbusters, but man, that Ecto one that they showed.
The new Ecto one that they showed, yeah. I was surprised because they just wasn't it Hasbro that just did one not too long ago, and yeah, so I was surprised that they were doing one, but it looks amazing. So very cool.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Also they showed the 1/6 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
The Shredder. That's like
which some people have started already getting. I think the Donatello already shipped.
Yes, correct. Yeah, some people already get it, and most people right now they're like kicking their own heads because they didn't get into that one, and now that they saw the rest of the line in person, man, the texture, the sculpting, the idea itself, because every single turtle comes with different type of armor, right? For example, I think Raphael or Donatello or Michelangelo. I don't know. I think it's Raph that has like tires, like actually.
Oh, he's like, isn't he wearing like some of Casey Jones armor or something?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like it, and this is what I love about Mondo. Like they take all the source material, right? Like with the Motu, especially with the 1/6 line that they did, or that they're doing for Motu. They pull a little bit from Filmation, a little bit from the mini comics, a little bit from 2000X, a little bit from this and that, and then they put their own spin on it, and they make these characters the way that they want to see them, and it's just really cool, man. like their Beastman, their Trapjaw, like this and that. Like it doesn't look exactly like any other version, but it's amazing.
You have
and
the
I think
Beastman?
Yeah, dude,
wow,
it's
figure
so
that figure is wild. That figure is wild. I can't
so
wait for.
I think they're doing the same thing with the turtles, though. It's like they're putting their spin on the turtle, and it's something cool. So
yeah, it is insane, and the amount I didn't notice the amount of people that they have that they're like fans of the Sofubi stuff. Oh my god,
that's big time stuff.
That was wild, like wild. They have these, I think was a Ultraman exclusive that has like glitter and the inside were like translucent. Oh, bro, like people were going nuts over that, like nuts. The Ghostbusters set, the 4-pack, that was awesome as well. I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, they show on the panel, they show the new figure for 2000X line is going to be Trapjaw. And man, I'm like,
so good. Well,
yeah,
and I think, this all kind of ties back together with what you were talking about with your channel at the beginning. And you just said it here with the people at Mondo. I know Jesse and I have talked about, like, whether it's like when you go to a movie or you're buying toys or something, like if the people that are making the thing care about the thing, it makes a huge difference. Like, I think that the new Motu movie came out great. And I think the reason it did is because the people that were making it really love the property, right? And that's important. It's important that you care about what you're doing, because if you don't, you can tell it in the final product, right? And the people that we're talking about, Four Horsemen, Jada, Mondo, all these people, icon heroes, like they enjoy what they're doing. Even from the realm, the stuff that you guys are doing with the Kickstarter. If you're passionate about what you're doing, if you care about it, it's going to come out in the final product.
And you feel that you're not working, actually.
Yeah.
Like it's insane and this is wild because the amount of people interviewing Hector and Peter at that booth was wild. Like people making line to interview them. So, and every single interview, they were talking like they were the first interview in the whole freaking day. And they were like already like 20 interviews ahead, like the passion they have for what they're doing, it is contagious, and you can tell that they care. Even that now they're part of this big company, which is Funko, but they're still feel that they're like a small company, and what they're doing it with passion, and that's pretty much what it is. That's why they develop the amazing figures they're being developing.
Alan, so our good buddy Alan, he works in the haunt industry. He has a haunted house. He's got a cryptid museum. He's one of the busiest guys that I know, like probably up there with you as far as the amount of work that he does. And he says, I work about 60 hours a week and I don't work at all because what he's doing is not work to him. It's fun. And
yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. You got to find something that you love. So, very cool. Well, anything else? And like I said, I know Kickstarter channel. What else can we help you to promote tonight? That what would you like us to help?
Well, man, like I'm first of all, I'm really honored to be here, guys. Like to have me here is more than enough. Just share time with you guys. You guys are awesome. You know that I know you guys from years and years, and I know the amount of love that you put into this and the amount of love that you have for the whole community and what you're doing. Like what you're doing, like is awesome. It helps people in so many ways. Jesse, with whatever this is, videos, I always watch them. Like it's entertaining, is awesome. Sometimes we feel that we don't do like what we do, like in a way that you don't know that you're actually helping people out in so many ways. And by putting the time that you guys are putting, and in everything you do, like with the custom stuff, with the shows and everything else, is something that you're doing because you love, but it's something that you're doing and you're helping people without knowing, and that's really, really important. And I'm really thankful to be here, guys. It's more than enough. You guys are doing awesome. And pretty much helping me out promoting the Kickstarter from the realm. That's more than enough. I really appreciate the support. I'm gonna try to come back when the Kickstarter is going on.
Absolutely.
So we can talk a little bit more about it with JP.
I'm sure Terrence has already got it on our calendars. We just haven't seen it yet. That's just how he works.
So yeah, we're planning to be at Legion's Con as well.
Very cool.
Like next year, hopefully we already have the Kickstarter already done and everything is going well. We're gonna try to be at the KB Toys booth with Path. So San Diego, that's a big one. And pretty much that's it. Like, like my YouTube channel, I'm still growing my YouTube channel. I'm like about to hit like 4,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. My Instagram is pretty much what I do, like everything. And I'm, again, really thankful for all the support. When I have people like Rocco the Great, right? Rocco approached me one day and he's like, hey, dude, I really love all the enthusiasm that you put in your videos. You generally enjoy action figures when you're doing your reviews and stuff like that. That's really good. And I can tell that you put the work on what you're doing. That to me is priceless. Like people like him that are like super big, you know, and YouTube and social media and stuff like that, that comes to you and give you props for what you're doing. That's great. Having people that I was just looking on the TV, like Robo, that now is my friend. You know, JP used to be a YouTuber that I used to see when I was in Panama, and now is one of my best friends, and we have a project together. You know,
That's
that's
super cool.
That's things that you will never think in your life. The Four Horsemen. You know, when I was collecting Motu classics back in the days when I was part of Motu Nation and I was doing all the great unboxing page and all those stuff. You know, like I made what a column I made in the great unboxing. That was years ago when I moved to United States, 2012. So things
That's
like
awesome.
things like that is what is priceless, man. And I believe, you know, like you guys are doing enough for me, being my friends and having me here in your show. That's more than enough.
Well, we will continue doing that because you're awesome to be around. So
I would say you're badass to be around.
I would say that too. Yeah. Jesse, any final questions or thoughts for Carlos?
I had stuff in my head and now it's gone.
That's how it works sometimes, folks. So
Sometimes
he's an interesting animal.
No, I'm super excited to see where the Kickstarter goes. So yeah, definitely let us know. We'll happily have you guys on to talk about that. And of course, you know, getting to run into you at the different shows we get to during the year is always great. Like in person, like Legion's Con and all that. And one of these days, I got to go visit my family in Florida and spend some time down there and see a bunch of you guys that are down
More
there.
than welcome to come to my house.
I'll make sure I'll come in like December when it's like livable weather.
Right now it's horrible, dude.
Yeah. No, all right, Curtis, you're gonna have to.
All right. Well, we are going to close out the show because Carlos and I have another show that we go to on Sunday nights, which has been off for the month of July, but it's back, which is Toy Hammer After Dark, where we talk about all things Warhammer, Joy Toy. So that'll be fun. So Carlos, we're going to go ahead and put you backstage, and I will see you over on the other channel. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yep. Have a good one.
Thanks for being here.
See ya. That was a badass show, Jesse.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I mean, nope, I can't find a sound effect to play. I was going to play something fun. None of them fit the moment.
He's just such like a positive presence.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
like
he is.
he's fun to be around. I like him. I like Carlos.
Just Shelve it part 2.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be there. I have a movie to finish and a package to ship out. And
what you watching?
I'm finishing up a movie called Kill Baksoon.
Okay.
It's like an assassin kind of thing where this lady's trying to raise a teenage daughter, and she's like an assassin by day, and you know, mom, and just dealing with it's like an action. I wouldn't say it's like Kill Bill, but it's like that kind of energy.
Gotcha. Have you started on Ted Lasso yet?
Oh yes, yeah, I started that Wednesday night, I think.
Nice. Yeah, we've watched episode 1. We have not watched the second one yet, so
I watched both of them.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, we'll have to talk about that soon. And we got a show next week.
We do,
but we don't know who it is.
Sorry, there's all sorts of noises and things moving around in my apartment tonight. Yes, we'll be back next week with another show and another guest and more shelf selections and more random sound effects
and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else you got going on this week?
hopefully nothing. I mean, whatever this is, semi-daily. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a Curtis Reed's that will be dropping tomorrow for members and then Tuesday for everybody else. Cruising right along. I think I almost finish Mythic Legion 1.0 wave. And then I've got the Malignancy 2-pack exploded out on my desk. I've started doing that review, but I have not finished yet. So I'll try to finish that up and get it posted later in the week. And then back for all the lives and all the good stuff that goes on. So, did want to mention this real quick. Hold on. Next Friday on Mail Call is I do a members giveaway each month, and the August members giveaway, you can get a set of Art by Ackerman brushes. Get a deluxe dwarf. Okay, deluxe Legion Builder dwarf, and I'm big on myself for this one. A painted head by Noah Pratt, dwarf head with this cool blue beard, and then like at the reflection on the goggles and stuff. Look at the eyes. So basically, the hard part on painting a dwarf is the skin tones and the eyes. That's already done for you. You get to paint the body to go with it with a new set of brushes. That is the member giveaway that'll happen this Friday on Mail Call. Some lucky member will get that. So if you're not already a member of the Art by Ackerman channel, you can definitely join, and wish you all luck next Friday. So
I did remember something I'm going to start doing this week.
Oh, what you got?
Sorry, folks, it's not Lauren Moore, not yet. The thing with Lauren Moore is like I got to take pictures of the figure because it's kind of my version of the reviews. So like I'm just not at that stage at the moment. I'm trying to figure out because I'm not going to have everything for all waves going forward. So I'm trying to figure out how to tweak that. But not that everybody's going to want to see it. I am going to start a little series or something about kind of what's going on. What is my computer's freaking out? All right.
What's it doing?
I don't know. It just went dark. It's back now. What do you call it? Tuesday will be a year since I watched K-pop Demon Hunters for the first time.
Oh,
so
very nice.
I'm gonna kind of like look back and examine some of the stuff I've like gotten into and learned, and yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
So I don't know when. Cool. I'll probably record or do a live or something Tuesday night when the other shows aren't on. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Something.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Also go check out Allegiance Quest over on the Allegiance Quest channel. So go and follow there. We had a episode last week. It was pretty good. And we'll be doing one not this upcoming Monday, but hopefully the next Monday. So yeah, check that out as well.
Yes.
And I think that's it, folks. We'll see you next Sunday with a guest that we are surprised as much as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And until next time, folks.
What's on your show?
No!